How many of you here use TikTok? Just, oh, thank you. For those who don't, the Wi-Fi is free. So my name is Shou, and I'm from Singapore. Roughly 10 years ago, I met with two engineers who were building a product. And the idea behind this was to build a product that recommended content to people not based on who they knew. But 10 years ago, these two engineers thought about something different, which is instead of showing you people you knew, why don't we show you content that you liked? And that's sort of the genesis and the birth of the early iterations of TikTok. And about 5 years ago, with the advent of 4G, short video, mobile phone penetration, TikTok was born. And a couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to run this company, and it still excites me every single day. We have to talk about the mission of the company. Now, the mission is to inspire creativity and to bring joy. And I think, missions for companies like ours is really important because you have product managers working on the product every single day, and they need to have a North Star, something to sort of work towards together. And then in the era of social graphs, it was about connecting people and their followers. Now, what we have done is that we are, based on our machine learning algorithms, we're showing people what they liked. And what this means is that we have given the everyday person a platform to be discovered. If you have talent, it is very, very easy to get discovered on TikTok. And I'll just give you one example of this. The biggest creator on TikTok is a guy called Kabi. Kabi was from Senegal. He lives in Italy. He was a factory worker. He, for the longest time, didn't even speak in any of his videos. But what he did was, he had talent. He was funny. He had a good expression. He had creativity. So he kept posting. And today he has 160 million followers on our platform. So every single day we hear stories like that. Businesses, people with talent. And I think it's very freeing to have a platform where, as long as you have talent, you're going to be heard and you have the chance to succeed. And that's what we're providing to our users. Then, through this recommendation algorithm, we have found that it connects people together. People find communities. And I've heard so many stories of people who have found their communities because of the content that they're posting. Now, I'll give you an example. I was in DC recently, and I met with a bunch of creators. And so one of them was sitting next to me at a dinner. His name is Samuel. He runs a restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona. And it's a taco restaurant. He told me he has never done this before, first venture. He started posting all his content on TikTok, and I saw his content. I was hungry after looking at it. It's just great, content. And he's generated so much interest in his business that last year he made something like $1 million in revenue, just via TikTok, one restaurant. And again, I hear these stories. By connecting people together, by giving people the window to discover, we have given many small businesses and many people, your common person, a voice that they will never otherwise have. And I think that's the power of the platform. I would describe it in a different way. So there are other platforms that exist, before TikTok. And if you think about those platforms, you sort of have to be famous already in order to get followers.
Yes.
Because the way it's built is that people come and follow people. And if you aren't already famous, the chances that you get discovered are very, very low. Now, what we have done, again, because of the difference in the way we're recommending content, is that we've given any single person with enough talent, a stage to be able to be discovered. And I think that actually is probably the most important thing, contributing to the growth of the platform. And again, you will hear stories from people who use the platform, who post regularly on it, that if they have something they want to say, the platform gives them the chance and the stage to connect with their audience in a way that I think no other product in the past has ever offered them. It's why I started this by saying you need to have a vision, you need to have a mission, and that's the North Star to what you can't just shift it halfway.
Right.
Generally speaking, there are certain issues that you mentioned that the industry faces. There are some bad actors who come on the internet, they post bad content. Now, our approach is that we have very clear community guidelines. We're very transparent about what is allowed and what is not allowed on our platform. No executives make any ad hoc decisions. And based on that, we have built a team that is tens of thousands of people, plus machines, in order to identify content that is bad and actively and proactively remove it from the platform. So there are many things like, for example, no pornography, Clearly no child sexual abuse material and other bad things, no violence, for example. We also make it clear that it's a differentiated experience if you're below 18 years old. So if you're below 18 years old, for example, your entire app experience is actually more restricted. And of course, we give parents a whole set of tools to control their teenagers' experience as well. People don't expect, for example, teachers. There is an English teacher from Arkansas. Her name is Claudine. And I met her in person. She uses our platform to reach out to students. There is another teacher called Chemical Kim. And Chemical Kim teaches chemistry. What she does is she uses our platform to reach out to a much broader student base than she has in her classroom. And they're both very, very popular. In fact, what we have realized is that STEM content has over 116 billion views on our platform globally. And it's so significant. In the US, we have started testing creating a feed just for STEM content. Just for STEM content. I've been using it for a while, and I learned something new. You want to know what it is? Apparently, if you flip an egg, on your tray, the egg will last longer. It's science. There's a whole video on this. I learned this on TikTok. You can search for this. As a company, our goal is not to optimize and maximize time spent. It is not. In fact, in order to address people spending too much time on our platform, we have done a number of things. I was just speaking with some of your colleagues backstage. One of them told me, she has encountered this as well. If you spend too much time on our platform, we will proactively send you videos to tell you to get off the platform. We will. And depending on the time of the day, if it's late at night, it will come sooner. We have also built in tools to limit, if you're below 18 years old, by default, we set a 60-minute default time limit.
How many?
60 minutes.
6 hours. And
we've given parents tools, and yourself tools. If you go to settings, you can set your own time limit. We've given parents tools so that you can pair, if for the parents who don't know this, go to settings, family pairing. You can pair your phone with your teenager's phone and set the time limit. And we really encourage parents to have these conversations with their teenagers on what is the right amount of screen time. I think that's a healthy relationship that you should have with your screen. And as a business, we believe that balance needs to be met. So it's not true that we just want to maximize time spent. Yeah. People are learning how to cook. People are learning about science. People are learning how to golf. Well, people are watching videos on golfing, I guess, on TikTok. I haven't gotten better at looking at the videos. I think there's a huge, huge opportunity here on discovery and giving the everyday person a voice. If you talk to our creators, a lot of people will tell you this again and again, that before TikTok, they would never have been discovered. And we have given them the platform to do that, and it's important to maintain that. Then we talk about creation. There's all these new technology coming in with AI, generative content, that will help people create even more creative content. I think there's going to be a collaboration between, and I think there's a speaker who's going to talk about this, between people and AI, where they can unleash their creativity in a different way. Like for example, I'm terrible at drawing, personally. But if I had some AI to help me, then maybe I can express myself even better. Then we talk about bridges to connect, and connecting people and the communities together. This could be products, this could be commerce. 5 million businesses in the US benefit from TikTok today. I think we can get that number to a much higher number. And of course, if you look around the world, including in Canada, that number is going to be massive. So I think these are the biggest opportunities that we have, and it's really very exciting.